music, content creation, and gaming news.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge. For a little esports action here on the iRacing platform as Chop Shop Racing Series gets ready to go and get dirty here at the Limited Late Mods at Knoxville Speedway. That is where we're at today on the iRacing platform, iRacing.com, for your next adventure, and I encourage you to definitely go check out what iRacing has to offer if you haven't done so. It is one of the best platforms to be able to get out there and have a lot of fun because, well, let's face it, iRacing is one of a kind, and, well, that's the one thing about iRacing is that there's not a whole lot of competition out there that can really keep up with it anymore. That's at least in my opinion. Hopefully your opinion does not differ. Chop Shop Racing Leagues, go to chopshopiRacing.com if you want to be a part of them, and make sure that you definitely get out there and have a wonderful time. We are going to run similar things to what we normally run, and it's going to be a ton of fun to call. Big racetrack today for the drivers, and it's going to be amazing. C2 Mix It Up Series is brought to you by C2 Gaming. Make sure you go to Facebook and you get into that search bar and you go follow C2 Gaming, the letter C, the letter 2, because, well, it's just an awesome platform. It really is. Not only that, but all kinds of gaming news, all kinds of gaming memes, whatever you want to call it and put it out there. He puts out some quality information, and I encourage you all to do it. We're going to run the half miler today, and I believe it's going to be the 10 lappers. When I went to look at it, it was up for me, but then it wasn't up for me. So we'll check. Should be a 30 lap feature as normal. Big racetrack. So I believe this is what it's going to do. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it lines up and make sure my settings are correct. And I read everything correctly, because if I didn't, well, then I'll change it. We'll make sure that it's changed. Ball status, B&B Music, admin box, Fuego Paints, all a part of the Chop Shop Racing Series. Make sure you go to Track Racer and use Chop Shop as your promo code. Save yourself a little bit of money. Help out the leagues. Adminbox.com as well. Half miler is going to show 57 degrees on the track temperature right now. 71 of the air temperature. 34% humidity. It's going to be muggy in the old Knoxville area, and it's going to get downright dirty. They call this the bull ring for a reason. Because it is a bull ring. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and also on Signature Radio. Make sure you go out there and check it. If you're not in the Discord, we will be making new posts out there on our social media platforms, and of course, not only on our social media platforms, but we're going to put them out there on the website. We're working on joining all of our websites together. Signature Media is going to be one entity now, so we're going to have our photography studio, our esports, and our radio station all combined into one, and that's for just basically tax purposes, folks. I want to make sure that I get out here and I do everything legal beaver and all in the right way. So we are going to be under one. It'll be under signaturemedia.net, and as soon as we get our .com transferred back over to our domain provider, through our domain provider, we're switching domain providers, going from where we were at with Google through Amazon Web Services, and from there, that's where we're going to get all transferred over, and it'll be under all of them. It would be under the .com and the .net, but it'll be signaturemedia.net. So we're going to find all the information very soon. We're getting that worked out. That includes our merch store, all the products that we recommend, all that stuff. So we're going to be busy. It's going to be a busy next couple of weeks, especially when it comes to getting our feet into the radio mix. It's it's not a new line of work for me. It's a new venture, so to speak. that we're trying to be able to provide more content. We're looking for folks to help us get it started. We're also looking for advertisers. If you're out there, you want to advertise, what better way to do that than if you advertise with one platform, you can advertise with all of them. So keep that in mind when it comes to what we're doing. Eric Plants looks fastest so far. We'll check on qualifying here in a moment as drivers kind of get settled in, and we'll work on where the fine folks are going to be starting out here when it comes to Knoxville. Thank you to all the fine folks out there that are watching. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on all the platforms. We're trying to provide, again, the best content out there across the nation and across the world. We reach people everywhere. So if you get the opportunity, I encourage you to do. It helps out the leagues. It helps out me. And it helps all these fine folks reach the bigger and the badder, so to speak. So limited late mods, a little slower in the horsepower, but with this big racetrack, it will definitely get busier. And we might see some of these mods basically push the limits of these cars, and protecting the bottom is going to be very important. But staying off of that berm that's in the middle of the racetrack is going to be a bigger it's going to be bigger than what you would normally see. So we'll see what's going to happen here today as the drivers get ready to load in. And for whatever reason, my cameras didn't load. The new cameras didn't load in, so we will see what's happening here on this one. I think it's supposed to be. There it is. Yeah, it's supposed to be worked out. Yeah, the drone cam is working, but this is where that camera's supposed to be. So we might make that change live here, folks. You're going to see me do this. Let's go to the group. We're going to change that so that way we can move this over and put this where it needs to be. Because let's face it, folks, we like that guy. That guy right there is one of the best. So we're going to save that track cam right there. There we go. All right. Oh, hold on. Temporary edits. So that way, whenever I do move again, there won't be any issues. All right. Qualifying is going to be finishing up here. I think Rahalva's going to get out and run a few laps. Let's see if he can lay down a fast lap here. 12th fastest right now as he completes his first lap. We'll see what's going to happen here. Qualifying lasts about 5 minutes for most leagues, and because it lasts 5 minutes, it takes a little bit of time. So you got to be fast. You got to be fast and furious. Still 12th fastest. 18-second laps are pretty common around here early on. 18 and a half is probably going to be the average over the course of the first portion of the race line. And then as this racing surface starts to deteriorate, they'll start slowing up to about the 19 and a half second mark. Lose about a second and a half off of the racing line. So you'll see Gravel get down to the bottom. He's going to egg shape here. This is going to be one of those racetracks where the bottom is going to be where it's going to be hooked the most, and there's not much you can say when it comes to where it's going to be where it's going to be looking at. So all fun, it's all gravy. Here's your starting grid for the first portion of this race, and we'll fix that box. Wow. Week 5 at Knoxville Raceway. Eric Plants is going to be your pole sitter for heat race number 1. Michael Strickland will be the outside pole sitter. Ed Perry, Dustin Grigg will be there in row number 2. Mark Retchen and Joe Thompson will be in row number 3. Carlton Henry and Gio Hedge will be there in row number 4. John Hammond will make up row number 5 with Robert Church, and we'll have 10 drivers in the first heat. Eric Plants ready to knock it out of the park. Hello, Sherry. How are you doing, dear? Much love to you. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. You know what we like to see. Speaking of which, since we've got the time, they are going to run 15 laps, so forgive me on that one. It'll be 15, and then the Consi should be somewhere around, if they're going to run 20. We have to talk about that because the stream's supposed to be about an hour-ish long when it comes to how we've booked this out, and I want to make sure that we're getting the racing in on time for these drivers and making sure that we keep it full. So I want to make sure that's so if they extend I don't have an issue with that. And the reason why I don't is because I want to make sure that we fill the full hour. Here's a look at the bull ring. Oh, I always want to make sure that we can fill the time that they need. This berm right here, corner on exit, not only is it difficult to leave pit road, because when you leave pit road, you're going to leave pit road here on the back straightaway, right off over this berm. But you're going to contend and deal with that berm for a hot minute. Eric Plants is blinking, so I'm going to go to Dustin Grigg here. And I was going to go to Dustin Grigg. Eric Plants in and out. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to maintain that. But that berm goes all the way around. They call it the bull ring for a reason, and that bull ring is going to be the one spot on this racetrack you don't want to put the car. And right now they're going green for 15 laps in Heat 1. Ed Perry to second already, as Eric Plants will have to contend with some guys that like the dirt. This is one of the drivers. Ed Perry had a great start first race in the sprints last week and was able to have a pretty phenomenal run. $14 to go in the race. Dustin Grigg's going to be there in the 83. Mark Retchen to the bottom side. You talk about getting down to the bottom. That's exactly what's happening there. Joe Thompson in the 12. It's the 47 to the high side. I don't know who the 47 is, but caution comes out as John Hammond and Dustin Grigg get wrapped up. We'll take a look here. Dustin Grigg gets in the wall. And that's the 83. Hammond gets kind of taken out there. You don't want to see John Hammond get taken out. That's never good. Here's a look at what is going on for John. John was right there on the high side, did just fine. And then they get in the corner, and the 83 goes around. 49 of Robert Church right there with him. So Dustin Grigg getting the old hurting on. There's the 99 Chick-fil-A sandwich king. Eric Plants up front. 66 is Carlton Hendry. There's Stryker. Who's the 47? Is that Joe Thompson? Let me re-download Trading Paints here. Refresh, reset, do all the things you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Downloading. Dun, 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 dun. I love custom numbers. I really do. But I want to make sure that everybody has the right paint scheme that they are supposed to be running. Because I have the custom stuff turned on. Well, Thompson's going to be the 47 on your screen, but it's the 12. Eric Plants is your leader. Green flag. 17. 33. Mark Retchen's going to be in the 3 spot. Carlton Hendry in the 4 spot. Stryker to the bottom side. Strickland in the 88 in 4th. Under the Mountain Dew Baja Flamin' Hot Cheeto limited late model. The Rittenhauer white and black paint scheme of Mark Retchen just went to the 4th spot as Stryker takes over a 3rd, coming around 2 and 3. Are getting around 1 and 2 into 3 and 4. They dig around the corner for a little bit more speed onto the front straightaway, passing Barney on the iRacing platform. These drivers getting huge runs on the straightaway. Strickland runs the fastest lap of the race this last time by, an 18.19. Eric Plants, your race leader now, coming around to take it to 9 to go. We'll get around 1 and 2. A half-mile racetrack, speeds in excess of 114 miles an hour in the limited late models. Ride the wall on the 17 is right now Ed Perry tries to close into the distance. Track will wear in, and right now you're seeing the race line do that. Left front tire on the 33, hook at the bottom of the racetrack onto the back straightaway, 8 laps to go. And 17, 33, 88, 76, and Robert Church in the 49 is going to be your top 5. Joe Thompson in 6th, Carlton Hendry and Dustin Grigg going side by side. That's going to be your 7th and 8th place battle. John Hammond to the bottom side is going to clear the 66 of Carlton Hendry. Geo Hedge in the 99 brings up the tail end in 10th with 7 laps to go. Eric Plant still out front. 33.88 is going to be the drive line mechanic. The 88 trying to put a little bit more oomph into that race line. They come around with 6 laps to go, 3 and 4. Very busy between the top 2 contenders try to duke it out for that 3rd spot. And right now, Mark Retchen trying to close in the distance. Dustin Grigg just went a lap down. The 83 on the bottom side looks like he has seen the right rear of that car get drugged through the mud and through the back portion of it. Here's what happened here to Dustin Grigg. Dustin Grigg at the 83 wrapped it on the bottom side of the race line, gets himself free, and then all of a sudden has nowhere to go, gets trapped on the bottom. And right now, still trying to complete laps. He's in last place. John Hammond on pit road. I don't know what happened to Hammond to bring that out. But right now, he will no doubt go to the consi as John Hammond has to get into pit lane as well. Eric Plant's out front. Ed Perry in 2nd. 3 laps to go. It'll be 2 this time by as the 17 crosses the start-finish line. 3/4 of the way down the racetrack. Eric Plant's big head of steam. 2 laps to go. Ed Perry trying to close back down that distance. Strickland in 3rd. Retchen in 4th. Church in 5th. Carlton Hendry trying to break up that 6th spot. White flag waves, final lap in heat race number 1 as Eric Plants is now going to have a little bit of company through the later portion of this one. Final 2 turns in heat race number 1. Strickland goes to 3rd. Retchen in 4th. Eric Plants is going to take heat race number 1. He'll be your pole sitter for the feature. Top 6 carry over. Carlton Hendry with the final transfer spot at number 66. Robert Church will be in 5th. Geo Hedge will round out the top 8. And John Hammond will be in 10th. Here is your starting grid for heat race number 2. Gary Mansberger, Alonzo King Jr. will make up your front row. Wesley Strait, Mark O'Haver will be there in row number 2. Colby Hartung and Joseph Grohol will be there in row number 3. Mark O'Haver will have Alex Thompson to his outside. Isaac Balsamo will be there in that final row. 9 drivers there to transfer. 18 drivers total, I believe, are going to make the feature. So 1 driver today is not racing in the feature. We're going to see who that's going to be. Thank you to everybody being out there. If you have not done so, reminder, we are live everywhere. And here's a little plug for our Signature Radio.
Music, content creation, gaming news. You're listening to Signature Radio.
Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. Hopefully, we're all going to be having some cool, calm, and collective racing here. There's the 13 of Mansberger. Try to be the fastest driver out there. Normally, I would say Alonzo King would be a shoe-in for any kind of position on that front row. And in the heat races, so fourth fastest qualifying in the qualifying session. But I will say the track is going to be exactly where it needs to be. Roberge, Elliott will not be there. Don't have this track. It's all good. Thank you for the like, sir. AJ, thank you for the like and the share as well. Carl Hendry, thank you very much. I appreciate you for the like out there on Facebook. Very lively today. Make sure you do so out there on YouTube. If you haven't done so on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the more revenue that we can help generate for these folks, and want to make sure that we continue to do that. So please get out there, hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think. Green flag waves, 15 laps for this heat race number 2. Up over the berm, 80 to the bottom side, trying to get the lead early over the 13 of Mansberger. 80 slides down into the bottom portion of the racetrack, and that's where Alonso King can make some moves. Alonso King knows that you have to do it early. And right now, they're taking it to the corner. '80 to the lead. 13 laps to go. Mansberger's going to have to really try to push the boundary. It's going to be very tough to pass here over the course of this racetrack. And a reminder that this racetrack is like everyone else. It will test your buttons. It'll test your patience. It'll test everything about what you've got going on with it. And these drivers are taking it by the horns. Alonso King runs the fastest lap of this heat, 18.34. Still about 0.2 of a second slower than the faster lap in the heat race number one. It was going to be, caution's going to come out. Isaac Balsamo, Marco Haber, and it does look like Alex Thompson involved here. We'll have to go back and take a look, as now Mansberger might be able to have a reasonable way to get himself 16 and the 113 kind of hooked together there, trying to lead on each other and got to protect the bottom line. And I tell you what, Thompson had a great race last week, and if he could just get a better qualifying lap, he would be able to be up here and run in the top three with no issue. 16 side by side, having to put it into the throttle, drops into the corner, and starts to exit. 113 and the 16 just turn into each other. Some hard racing right there. Grijalva involved as well. So they'll probably have to come to pit road. Alonso King's going to be your race leader here. Going to have to really protect on the race line. Look at everybody out there watching and listening on all the platforms. Thank you so much. I know, right? I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I set up something special there. Hopefully Jerry will send that over to you there, Sherry. A little radio channel that you can listen to whenever you're not watching. Of course, you're amazing. I do want to go back one more time before they go back to green flag here. It's going to be Marco Haber, the 113. I do want to stop right here. I want to go backwards just a little bit because we know the far chase view is my favorite view. Let's back this up just a moment and just kind of see where this progresses. 21 stacking them up. 16 went to go to the inside. Has the line, has a great line, has the speed here. And just hard racing and get hooked together. All right, we're going back at it. King, Mansberger, Wesley Straight, Colby Hartung. That's going to make it front two rows on the start of this one, on the restart of this one with 10 laps to go. It'll be 9 when they cross the start-finish line. Joe, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Marco Haver, the 113, is going to be in. And to jump to pit road, he should be able to come out. I think he should be able to make... Hopefully he won't be a lap down. He might be a lap down. Yeah, he's going to be a lap down. 113 being swag. Take that back. He might have gotten himself out there in time. Alonso King taking it forward. Gap is as such. Now things start to press back in. Oh, hey. 13, I'm sorry, not the 13, the 171. Caution comes out. Isaac Balsamo, Alex Thompson involved. What happened here? 16 goes to drive into the corner. And just like that. Isaac Balsamo. One more time. That's 2 corners in a row. Man, oh man. So that's a right rear hook right there, folks. And Isaac's not, he didn't do it on purpose. By all means, 16 had the drive line, had the bottom of the race car, down the bottom of the race car, and then 10 just scoots down a little bit. 16 had already used his fast repair. So now Alex Thompson on pit road. Or out of the race. Actually might be out of the race. So he is he's going to be out. He's going to have to drive the last chance qualifier here. And it should be a 20 lapper. Man. Isaac Balsamo will be in 6th. Marco Haver here for the transfer spot. Marco Haver is going to be a couple of laps down. I'm sorry, he's going to be a lap down. Still on pit road. Trying to get the car towed in. I'm surprised he's not towed in already. Just by being in the car right now, he is being scored in that position in 8th. Lights are going to be off on the pace truck. Alonso King, still your race leader, will restart with Wesley Straight on the outside. Colby Hartung will be right behind him. On the inside, Gary Mansberger is going to be trying to get that spot back. Alonso King on the start of this one, again, was on the green flag. Now the timing is going to have to be everything here. Alonso King goes, and then before the start-finish line, changes lanes to go up the race line. And I think that's how Alonso King's gonna win this one. He's just gonna have the restart here, and everybody else not enough time. 7 laps to go, and this has been the race that has been. It looks just kind of difficult. 47 of Joseph Grijalva is going to be there in the 5. 21 of Colby Hartung back to the outside. Does look like Gary Mansberger is going to be there in that 3rd spot. Needs to get around Wesley Straight. 3/4 of a second in closing. 6 laps to go. Wesley Straight needs to get to the back bumper of Alonso King and really try to put something to him. Alonso, with a couple of wins on the series already, is almost a favorite to win each week, which once you become a favorite to win, you become somebody I got to root against. That's for darn sure. Standings for this series. Let me look at it again. Alonso King does have a win. Colby Hartung has a win. Michael Strickland has a win. And Brooks Travell has a win. 4 different winners each week so far for the Dirt Series. But no doubt, got to get that second win for Alonso King. Now has a full second difference. Gary Mansberger, if he could have kept the lead there as the right rear taps the wall. 3 laps to go. He is in 3rd in the yellow and pink 13M. Yellow and purple. It's the Yee Energy. 21 there to the outside. Protecting the bottom line is key here when it comes to this racetrack, because it's so big. The drive off on the corner with these low horsepower vehicles is all about trying to put it to the race line. And right there, Mansberger doing a great job in 3rd to hold off Colby Hartung, who feels like he's faster, but he's got to make the pass. Alonso King, Wesley Straight, 1 and 2. Gary Mansberger's going to be in 3rd. Colby Hartung in 4th. And right now, Isaac Balsamo will go all the way to 7th. White flag waves, final lap. Alonso King is going to come out, and he's going to make it look easy. He made the pass on that first lap and didn't look back. And after a couple of cautions, took this one home. 80. Wins heat race number 2. Wesley Straight will finish 2nd. Mansberger will be 3rd. And then, of course, Hartung and Grijalva. We're going to have a 20-lap shootout here. Here's your starting grid for the consolation race. Joe Thompson, Marco Haver, Gio Hedge, Alex Thompson, Dustin Grigg, Marco Haver, and John Hammond will be your drivers out there for this race. In that order, Joe Thompson, Marco Haver will be on that front row. Gio Hedge, Alex Thompson in row number 2. Dustin Grigg and Marco Haver will be in row number 3. John Hammond in row number 4. Lone driver making it work. Holy cow. Leave one driver's not making it. Mike, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you to the Chop Racing League for sharing it over as well. Reminder to do that you guys do that live, it counts more to the live interactions. I know that we share the streams prior, but always a good opportunity to help the interactions of the stream and help the interactions and put it out there in front of more faces on For You stuff if we share it live and react to it live. Just a common goal for everybody out there. Market research being done right now. Joe Thompson running 47, so we have two 47s in today's race. 171 of Mark O'Haver started the outside. Alex Thompson there as well, so we'll see what these drivers are going to be able to do. Light's going to be off of the pace truck first time by, this first time by. Again, 20 laps are what the driver's going to run, as the pace truck will lead them down into 3 and 4 starts. And the initial start of the race is on the green flag. Restarts are on the leader. Consolation race will have cautions, of course. Caution laps do not count. Mark having a blink there. And the 171. Joe Hedge in the 99. Thompson in that other spot. And see if they can clear each other here. All these drivers were kind of getting into each other earlier. Like the 99, Geo Hedge on the bottom side. Thompson probably says, I've had enough, as Marky O'Haver goes to the outside of the 99. Thompson on the early portion of this one in third, as Joe Thompson is out front. Joe Thompson, Mark O'Haver. Mark O'Haver in second. Trying to close the bottom of the racetrack down. Track has worn in now, and these drivers now run at 21-second laps. 1861 for Joe Thompson, his fastest lap of the circuit so far, protecting the bottom. As right now, Alex Thompson's going to be in third. Mark O'Haver splits the two up, and Mark O'Haver in fourth on the back bumper of the 16. Geo Hedge closing in, try to make sure that he gets that next line out. Mark O'Haver there for some extra oomph as Alex Thompson goes back to work. The battle for the lead is Joe Thompson, Mark O'Haver, Alex Thompson, and Mark O'Haver. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Geo Hedge back to Dustin Grigg under the inside of the 75. The battle for 6th and 7th. The final spot to transfer right there. John Hammond to the outside. Hammond has to cross over the 83 at some point. It's going to be able to do so. John Hammond leads forward. Mark O'Haver to the inside, trying to battle for the lead. 171-12. That's going to be the drivers. Mark O'Haver out front. 15 laps to go at Knoxville in the consolation race. B-Main trying to make sure that these drivers, 47, or the 12 up into the 171. And I tell you what, that was a scent. Alex Thompson to the lead. Alex Thompson able to clear two drivers quickly. And now Mark O'Haver has to go back to work to get himself around the 12. Joe Thompson sent it back into the corner, and they leaned on each other. And right now, Alex Thompson has some clean air in front of him, 13 laps to go. Went from third to second in the course of one corner after Joe Thompson got into Mark O'Haver. Mark O'Haver has his son behind him, and I tell you what, Mark O'Haver on the bottom lets Marky O'Haver go. I think Marky got into Mark and got him a little free. Now these two going at it. Father-son duo, 113 or the 171, third and fourth right now, duking it out. John Hammond here for the transfer spot as well, is right now the 83. As Dustin Grigg close it in. Geo Hedge out of the race. Somebody hitting the wall. It was the 113 tap of the wall. Alex Thompson out front. 11 laps to go. Make it 10 this time by. Thompson just needs a cool, calm, cool, and collected run here as Joe Thompson tries to dig a little further. Joe Thompson, cleaner lap that time to the bottom side, trying to close around here as Alex Thompson out front. No relation, just drivers. Quarter second separating. A second place finish last week for Alex Thompson in the sprints. This week, trying to make sure that he continues to move forward. Forward progression in the league is always better as he protects the bottom line. Gio Hedge jumping to pit road. Mark O'Haver back here trying to close back down. The 2-second difference, runs the second lane and has no grip. Right now, the 113 of Mark O'Haver in fourth. John Hammond in fifth, trying to hold off Dustin Griggs. Side-by-side battle, dirt slinging as they go. Hammond back to the outside. Makes the 83 have to clear him. 83 slides the 75. Bad slide job. Had to get out of the gas. Slid himself wrong and slid across the nose of the 75. And now trying to hop the berm on the 83. Trying to use all of the bull ring here. 12 to the back bumper to the 16. You want to make the pass clean. 16. I know it's the 47 on your screen, folks, but he's a 12 on the relative. Trying to get a little bit more out of the 16. Trying to get a little bit more on the bottom of the race line. Right now, they slide each other. Quarter second is Alex Thompson out front of the high side. 4 laps to go. Joe Thompson having the battle of his life right now, trying to slide up and around, trying to get to the back bumper of the 16 and get him loose. Trying to bump him free as the 16 or the 12 go at it. 16 up the race line, natural race line for him. 3 laps to go. The 12 trying to send the corner here, trying to run up the 16. 16 can battle back on the high side. The 12 trying to send the corner, does not have the speed. 16 up on the high side, will have the lead again. 2 to go. 16, 12, your battle for the lead, as good as anyone gets here. As right now, Alex Thompson trying to defend the bottom line. Joe Thompson trying to close in on the corner. White flag as Thompson gets into the door of the other Thompson. The 12 gets into the 16. Final 2 turns, smooth sailing for Alex Thompson, able to clear Joe Thompson as Joe tried to do what he could here. Not going to make it work. Consolation race win by Alex Thompson here with 7/10 of a second difference at the end of it. 6/10 of a second difference at the end of it. Mark O'Haver in third. Marky O'Haver in fourth. John Hammond will finish fifth. Holy cow, that was an epic battle at the end of that. What a great job. These guys are going to warm up here, folks. We're going to take a vocal break. Insane battle for the Thompsons and the O'Havers. John Hammond having a battle of his own back here with the 83. ready to go here as we get ready to rock and roll. Sean, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you out there. Much love to everybody out there. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Signature Radio. Much love to each and every one of you. We're having a whole lot of fun out there, and I encourage everybody to get out there and have some more fun. Like, follow, subscribe everywhere that you can, as these drivers look to be busy. Starting grid for this one: Eric Plants, Alonso King's going to be your front row. Ed Perry, Wesley Straight, row number 2. Row 3 will be Michael Strickland and Gary Mansberger. Row 4 will be Mark Wretched and Colby Hartung. Row 5 will be Robert Church and Joseph Grohalva. Carlton Henry, Isaac Balsamo will make up row number 6. Row 7 will be Alex Thompson and Joe Thompson, who had the epic battle there at the end. The rest of the field for this one in row 8 is going to be Marco Haber, Dustin Grigg, John Hammond, and Isaac Balsamo will be the last drivers there. Balsamo out of the race for some reason right there. I'm not quite sure why. Lights going to be off. They're going to be ready to go. There is Marky O'Haver. A great battle between the two Thompsons. And right now, we're going to have to see if Eric Plants and Alonso King are going to be able to put on the same kind of show. Good to see you all out there. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for the love and the reactions and all the cool stuff that everybody does. Thank you for all the fine folks that are out there giving us all your support. Track State has reset a little bit here, so they're going to have some fresh dirt for a little while. Eric Plant's ready to take him to green as the green flag runs. I thought this was supposed to be on the green. Alonso King in second. Perry in third. 17, 80, 33, 1, 2, 3. Wesley Straight. And now Hammond side by side for fourth and fifth. As the drivers dig a little bit harder. Alex Thompson kind of ran over there and now is losing a ton of ground here to the O'Havers and Joe Thompson. Inside line did not work out as near as what you would think. And now the high line having to work a little bit harder. Wesley Straight, Carlton Henry. Oh, Wesley Straight involved in something heavy here. No caution as the car is limping around here. What happened? Here's what happened here. 88, 89, 88 near the 89. 89 on the high side. That's the fireworks showing off right there. I'm not quite sure. As we believe the 88 got up into the 89. That's what happened. All right, back at it live. Thank you, Sherry. That's exactly right. There are folks out there watching. It's free to give a thumbs up. It's free to like. It's free to subscribe. It's free to do. That's all the free stuff. Free stuff is great, right? Alonso King, fastest lap of the race, 18.39. Eric Plants trying to close in, get himself a victory here. It's been very good over the course of the last couple of weeks. And as this has progressed, he is definitely given himself a huge advantage here on trying to figure this one out. 80 to the bottom side, 17 up high, 80 trying to clear. Right now, the battle between Plants. Oh, Alonso King blinking. 17 way up the race line. Ed Perry going to work now. Alonso King up on the high side here. And now Eric Plants losing the lead, losing it to 2 spots. So King out front, Ed Perry making the pass of the 17. So the top 13 as such right now. The 13 clearing the 76 and the 88. As Wesley Straight comes back out, he is working on his race pace. Dustin Grigg back to pit road. He is working on that car. Something happened there for that driver, and he had to jump to pit road. John Hammond out in front of Alex Thompson, who had the race pace early on and is showing promise right now. I think he needs older track conditions because that's when he was better. The newer track conditions not working out. He's in 15th. Alonso King out front. Ed Perry trying to close back down. Eric Plants is going to be in third. Gary Mansberger in 4th. Mark Retchen in 5th. Stryker back 1 off the start of the race. Up 2 is Robert Church in the 49. Church trying to dig for that top 5 spot. Colby Hartung at 8th where he started. And so far, none of the drivers giving an inch. 66 at Carlton Hendry up 2. Biggest mover of today's race is Marky O'Haver up 5. Trying to buffalo his way forward. It's right there behind Joseph Grijalva in 10th. Digs to the bottom side. As right now you see the race line as such. Somebody's losing some pieces of their car. That'll be the 16. Is going to go a lap down. The right front of his car's destroyed. Wow. I have to back up here. I'm not sure what happened. He got sent. Something happened to him. The mile right side near the wall. Drops into the corner. And then just unfortunate. So Thompson will leave pit road with a fast repair. No lucky dogs here, so he's competing with Wesley Strait for 15th and 16th right now. Alonso King, Ed Perry, the top 2, looking at a great race so far. 33 to the back bumper. Works the middle lane. 33 on the corner exit. Alonso King. To the inside goes Perry. 80, 33 side by side. 33 not able to clear. 80 showing some a little bit of room there. I think Ed Perry needs to make sure that if he's going to make that pass, he needs to do it and do it into a corner where he's got the momentum to slide the entire corner. Alonso King got to where he is at by making the passes early and then just try to maintain. Ed Perry into 33 up on the back bumper of Alonso King for second. Eric Plants in third. Caution comes out for the first time. Robert Church involved. 13 laps to go. Caution comes out over halfway through the race. And now Alonso King is going to have to be up on the wheel, and so is everybody else behind him. Here's a look at Robert Church. Right side of that car, pretty much destroyed. Did they changed? They had to have changed the, wow. They have had to change the model this week. Because I'm going to tell you this. So we're bringing out the caution here, but twice before this, the same thing happens. No caution comes out for that one. It's my question in all of this. Now he taps the right side of the wall back there, but look at this. Look at this. This is kind of, if this is what the model's doing, this is ridiculous because these cars can be beat on. Just saying. That was a light hit. There was nothing. And look at that tire fall off. That is ridiculous. There's no reason why the damage model on this race car should have had that happen to Robert Church, to any of these drivers per se. Wesley Strait getting up, having those issues earlier. That's ridiculous. This has not been the case of this car ever. Eric Plants is in third. Running order here, 80, the 33, 17, 88, 13 is going to be your top 5. 76, 21, 76, 21, 66, 47, 113, your top 10. Man. Double file restart here as the lights are going to go off on the pace truck. And we're going to take an on-board with Mark Retchen here. As we're going to be, it'll be 12 to go at the line. Leaving a lot of room for the pace truck. 80 backs the corner up. They go. 17 to the inside of the 33. You stack them back up, this is what you get. 88. The 17 side by side. Retching near the wall. .33 in chase of, there's caution number 2. It comes out as these drivers do what they can to make this as entertaining as possible. That's what they're doing, and they're doing a great job. Don't take anything away from what's happening here. There's a lot that just kind of happened right there. John Hammond and Joe Thompson involved. Let's take a look. 47, or the 12 up there, and the 47. Wow, they're just 3 and 4 wide. Joe Thompson having that issue. We'll see some drivers coming to pit road. This is a 3 wide situation. We were on board with the 76 looking back at this prior to this happening. Here's a far chase. Here's John Hammond, who's on the bottom side, running the correct lane. 49 of Robert Church there. They're just touching in front of him. 47 of Thompson, of Grijalva there. And then the 12 of Thompson in the orange car. And now the 47's there. It's Hooks, the right rear of the 75. And then Joe Thompson goes around as well. Just insane to think. Appreciate everybody being out here. Good stuff. Commercial.
Content creation.
Back at it again, getting ready to be 10 laps to go. Back-to-back cautions mean single file restart. Drivers are ready to go. As we take a look, Alonso King backs the corner up here. As we will get back to the blimp cam here like we're supposed to. 80, 33. There is the 88 as well. 1, 2, 3 as the corners are looking nicely. As there is the 33 digging out of the corner. Trying to get a little bit more here. Trying to fly on by here with the drone cam. There's the 80 and a 33 in tow. Half second the difference. Alex Thompson, Grijalva jumping to pit. Something happened to those drivers. Forgive the old camera there. The old camera kind of moved around on me as we dig into the corner. 7 laps to go. It's the 80, 33, 88. Eric Plant's in the 4th spot. Mansberger's going to be in 5th. These cars, these drivers doing all they can to avoid themselves. And 6 laps to go. Alonso King trying to work on the race line, trying to go back to back. I believe it's back to back. Trying to go back to back weeks. Get a win here. 5 laps to go. Ed Perry in 2nd. Michael Strickland's going to be in 3rd. Eric Plants is going to be in 4th. Is Gary Mansberger as Mark Retchen in tow. 7 belongs to Kobe Hartung. Marky O'Haver having a better day as John Hammond rolls in 12th. Last driver on the lead lap here. 3 laps to go. Alonso King had Ed Perry closing in the distance, but Ed has really showed some promise here as those drivers look to be neck and neck Alonzo King, 2 laps to go, put himself in this position in his heat race. The reason why he is here right now is that heat race and what he did there. Eric Plants in the 4th spot. 1-2, white flag waves, final lap at Knoxville as Alonzo King Jr., Ed Perry. Last couple of corners, lap traffic involved. Can Ed Perry slide it? Does he have the grip? I don't think he does. Alonzo King goes back-to-back weeks. Ed Perry second. Michael Strickland will finish third. Eric Plants in fourth. Mansberger will be fifth. Redshin in sixth. Colby Hartung seventh. Church at eighth. Carlton Hendry in ninth. Markio Haver will be in 10th. Good little race there. Alonzo King back-to-back weeks now. We look forward to seeing what's going to happen out of all of that. Feature results. Alonzo King Jr. is going to be your feature winner here in week number 5 at Knoxville Raceway. And Ed Perry in second, Michael Strickland in third. The drivers just pause at the bottom for the top 3 photos, which is kind of insane. Here, let's go to the scenic view here so we can get all that knocked out of the way. Strickland, of course, in third. Plants in fourth. Gary Mansberger is going to be in fifth. Retchen in sixth. Hartung in seventh. Church in eighth. Hendry in ninth. Marky O'Haver and Mark O'Haver finish opposite each other, 10th and 11th. John Hammond finishes in 12th. Wesley Strait in 13th. Joe Thompson, Joseph Grijalva, and Alex Thompson all the way through 16th. Dustin Grigg and Isaac Balsamo. Last of the drivers there. Isaac did not start the feature, so he will. I don't know if he's going to get credit for points on that one. I'm not sure how that works for that, but thought he was going to at least get out there and give it a shot because he didn't do a bad job. And it's all about learning. That's what it's all about. That's what I think, at least. Let's go and have a little chit chat with the drivers here. Maybe not. Alonzo King at Perry. Michael Strickland's going to be your top 3. Yeah, well, let's talk to Strickland since he's the one available. Michael Strickland finishes in third today. Mike, tell me about today's race. And you had a strong car, and trying to get that position and try to have that drive line, and very tough to pass. It seemed like this was of all the tracks that you guys had, this is one of the ones that was the toughest to pass on once it got spread out.
Yeah, the track is super fast. Multiple grooves, of course. Early in the run, you're going to like the bottom, and then the car is going to try to go up a little bit, maybe middle, high side. I got shoved up to the middle, and I found a little speed up there. I was able to make my way past a couple guys, and I think I ended up getting third in the main. So it was, all in all, it was a good day for us because I had to serve a penalty early in the heat. So even though I got a decent qualifying spot, I had to start all the way in the back. Kind of lucked out there that some of the guys got collected and was able to move up and advance to the main. And then in the main, I felt like I had a good car. I thought I could compete with the guys up front. I just didn't get a really good restart there in that last final restart. But, all in all, I can't complain. From last in the heat to third in the main, I'll take that any day. It was a great run. Congrats to Alonzo and Ed. Both of those guys were the class of the field today, and obviously they showed it.
It all started in the heats. I think that's the one credit I would give everybody for it. Everything that was good about this race was in the heats and the consolation race. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I watched. This dirt series is fun because you get to watch as a driver. You jump in a spectator cam and watch these heats and the B main, and it's awesome watching everybody just battle. They were pretty good, awesome racing all around. I'm proud of all the Chop Shop guys. They did a hell of a job today.
Mike, give your shout outs. P3 finish, my man.
Signature Sports, thank you very much for putting on a broadcast. You're the bomb. It always looks amazing. I know you got a new radio up. Make sure to tune in. If you guys can't watch the race, log in and hear Signature Esports on radio. The dude is the best in the business, and you'll understand why once you hear it and watch it. So we want to thank Signature Esports, all of our friends and family out there, every one of our sponsors. Just give a quick sponsor shout out. C2 Gaming, they're a main sponsor for this series. They do a hell of a job putting up this series. We enjoy it. My Three Sons, Track Racer, Baller Status Boys, Admin Box, um, B&B Music, um, anybody that's out there helping us. We appreciate everything. Thank you to the Chop Chop Boys. You guys do a hell of a job. These dirt races, they're not easy. They're not easy. You come out here and it's a different ball game. So it's hard for everybody to maintain their composure, and everybody seems to do a great job. So everybody seems to be having fun. We welcome any newcomers that want to come out here and have fun with the Chop Shop Boys. We've got a great community. Check us out on Facebook or Discord. We'll have some links on the stream. So thanks again, Jason. You did a great job. And just one last shout out to my friends and family. Mom, I love you. I know you're getting better, and to my wife and kids, I love you guys.
Perfect. See, Mike does the perfect interview. He knows exactly what level he's going, what level he needs to bring. And you know, when it comes, you're in sales, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Because not only did I, a couple of days ago, did I say, hey, I want to try this thing out. And not only did, like, you're the first person to plug other than me. You're the first person to plug it. And that's how I know Mike's in sales.
You know what? It's not a plug. It's a genuine check it out. You're missing out if you're not taking advantage of what this man provides. Jason at Signature Esports, best in the business. He does it live. He does it on radio. Check it out.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And I'm working on making sure that these races can become a podcast. So not only do we have the radio channel, but the radio channel is going to convert some of the live performances into a podcast so you can go back and re-listen to it later on. So that's something that we're working on. It's a lot that we're having to do all at once. And I said, here's a harebrained idea. Spicy said, here's a harebrained idea. And combining all that stuff together with some of the other folks that gave us some really good ideas. It's a lot of work. But I want the best for the gaming community and the iRacing community and the folks that we've been able to help. And this, yes, of course, the end of the day is to be as good as we can and be something different out there. But at the end of the day, it's all about you guys and the drivers and the leagues and making sure that they have more avenues and these advertisers, these sponsors having more avenues of people to be able to reach. So that's,
you're the man. Never stagnant, always improving.
Have to. I got to leave a legacy, right? We're gonna leave.
Right.
We're gonna leave something. Hopefully, not a lot of debt. Mike, much love.
Later, Jason.
See you, man. That's your P3 finisher. Let's talk to your featured winner here, Alonso King. It all started on the heat race. If you don't make that pass when you do, you don't make it clear. It becomes tougher and tougher to pass as the heat moves on. And you did exactly what you needed to do when you needed to do it. It all started there. Walk me through this one.
Well, the big thing with the heat race was he jumped up on that cushion, and when he bounced off, it shoved him high. And I just stuck right with that cushion on the bottom and just went right around him. For the feature, I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. These cars, like, you don't think there's a draft, but there's a draft on these bigger tracks with these cars. You can catch the leader. Passing them is a whole different thing. So once they're in that draft, they'll suck up to you. I got him on that last restart, timed it just right to where he got in the back of me a little bit. He tried to judge it. And as soon as he did, I took off because I knew he had to check up a little bit.
Backing up the corners, and I call it cheesing because nobody goes at the same time, but it's not cheesing. And I don't mean it in a negative way, but it is a negative and a positive. It's negative for the guy behind you, but it's positive for you because you're able to get your own timing down and make it harder for the driver behind, especially with a single file restart. Back-to-back cautions kind of bring those things out. It was good racing. You kind of walked away from your heat, so all the battle was behind you. You might need to just back up a little bit and battle the guy.
No, I like it that way. Let in battle. I don't want to be in it. I don't want that temperament.
All good. Alonso, give you shout outs. Back-to-back wins over the last 2 weeks. Don't get too many. They'll start rooting against you.
Oh, I'm good with it. I mean, haters is what fuels this car anyhow.
Nah, I'm not a hater.
But anyhow, No, I just want to give a shout out to you guys. Phenomenal, phenomenal coverage. I love it every week. Uh, give a shout out to Dark Tempest Motorsports, all my teammates there, uh, BMP Motorsports as well. We're kind of joined together there, and you'll start seeing us in a bunch of more NASCAR A Cup officials.
Nice, nice.
I'm definitely going to chop shop for putting this on. This is a blast.
It is. It's a ton of fun considering the cars. You know what I mean? I thought that it was just kind of going to be boring racing because they're literally the lowest horsepower cars on their perspective, or their respected classes, but it's really not. It's really showing up, and it's really actually giving some really quality racing out of these cars.
Yeah, it's actually really good, tight racing. Knoxville's always tight. It's all in who can hit that corner just right and get that car rotated just perfect. That's the big thing at Knoxville. You could tell the second place guy, Ed, he was running me down that last stint, but he figured out something. The thing was, he got beside me. He just couldn't get around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched that. He tried to make the pass for the lead, and I was like, it's not going to work right there. I've said it on the stream. I was like, I saw it coming. I'm like, that's not going to work. He's going to have to time this differently. He has to slide you, and if he slides you, he has to do it perfect. If not, he's not going anywhere.
And that's why I gave him enough room to get down there. I wasn't giving him enough room to do the slide.
Yep. That's how I read it. I know I've watched enough. I not only watch enough, but I've called enough to know better. But you guys did a great job. It's a great race. Also, U.S. Navy submarine veteran. Much love, of course. Army veteran here. So I know we're not in the same, and I would give you a lot of crap, and you'd give me a lot of crap back. But hats off, handshake through the microphone.
Always got your six, brother. Always got your six.
Absolutely. Alonso, man, I look forward to seeing what you guys do. I didn't even look and see where we're at next week because that's normally what I do. And let's look together.
Right.
Port Royal. We're going to Port Royal. We're getting royal.
We're going to Kyle Larson at next.
That's what I was going to say. We're going from big to really small. It's going to be fun. All right, my man. Good luck and the rest of your races this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Hey, hi to all the viewers. Thanks for coming out,
guys. That's and you're on radio too.
Oh, and the radio. Oh, look out now. We're going to have to get into that.
No, we're working on it. We're trying to get it all together. We're on live. We're on Signature Radio right now. So everybody's listening to this thing live. It's going to be. We're going to try to make it a gamer's paradise when it comes to everything that's. I wanted a radio station for gamers.
Well, you got a face for radio. So we're good.
I like it. Well, I mean, I'm not bad looking, but I would prefer to not be on camera. That's
there you go, buddy.
All right, Alonso, be good, man.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Number 80 comes home in victory lane, killing it. As always, and the P2 finisher back-to-back weeks inside the top 3. Ed Perry comes home and knocks this one out of the park as well. My Arizona friend hanging out with everybody. Tell me about it, man. This one was fun, and I called your slide. I said, if he's going to do it, he's going to do it at the right moment. Alonso talked about it. He was not giving you the opportunity.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He on that last restart, he got me good, and that was that's all he needed was a little bit of space. With the line that we had to run and the lack of horsepower, there was really hard. Passing is just almost impossible. But I had during practice, I figured out a line that I was able to, I could catch him, but passing was a different story.
He said that on these bigger tracks, these cars have a draft package, which you could kind of see, but I think that it's so tough, especially once you get 15 laps on the track, and the track starts to really go away on the bottom side. Getting that left front to hook at the bull ring is difficult.
Absolutely. Keeping your right rear and your the right, the tires in that groove really is the biggest trick of that track. Getting it right on the right in the groove.
Mhm. What-
Then you get hooked up.
Ed, you go back to back weeks. I know that this is your second race on this one. You love dirt racing too on the iRacing
I do
platform,
love dirt.
but you like it in real life too.
Absolutely. Used to drive dirt tracks back here in Arizona. That's where I kind of cut my teeth, is in the dirt.
Well, it looked like tonight was fun, just like it was last week. Now we have Port Royal next week. We're going from big to little.
Yeah, and I'm not a big. I really don't care for the short tracks, but it should be fun. Should be interesting.
Ed, are you racing any more this week? What do you got? What do you got with Chop?
We'll be back in the trucks tomorrow at Eldora.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about.
We've got the marathon at the Eldora in the trucks tomorrow, and that'll be fun. There's some fast trucks that I'm a little worried about, but speed isn't everything on these dirt tracks.
It never will be. Not at Eldora, not at Bristol Dirt, not with NASCAR. It's about being able to finish the end of it, and I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do. Ed, much love, man.
I'm getting tired of being the first loser.
You know what? That's okay, because consistency gives you everything. They can get all the wins, but if you finish second for the rest of the season, you win.
Right. Yep. if you say so.
Well, I mean, we look at how many different winners we see. 5 weeks in, we've 4 different winners. Alonso's the first multi-winner. He went back to back to do it, but he's on the shorter tracks. He's not the best on the shorter tracks, so that's another ball of wax on that one. That I mean, I say he's not the best. He's good, but you do have some speed out there, and of course you were fast last week, my man. Dude, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to see what you do. Give shout outs.
Oh, shout out to Signature Esports for broadcasting us. Thank you very much. You do a fantastic job. And then Chop Shop for putting this on every week, every day, damn near. But I want to thank all the admins for showing up and putting this on.
Ed,
and thank you, Jason.
Always, man. Are you kidding me? Like, this is what we're doing, and I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to add more to it. That's what's crazy about all this is, who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it?
Man, I would be tongue-tied if I tried to do your job.
Well, I'm not only tongue-tied, but I have to. I'm literally adding more to monitor.
Yeah. I'd be.
Man. Anywho,
filming the moon.
Oh yeah, you know what? Eventually, might as well take it to television. At one point,
right? I hear you're doing radio now.
Yeah. We're live on. We're actually live on it right now. So say hi to the radio world.
Oh, hello, radio world. I've been on TV, never the radio.
Here you go. now you've got a bucket list checked off.
Right on.
Yeah, no television, not yet. We at one point had a Roku channel, but it was so expensive that I said no. Yeah, I mean it was expensive. So I was not. Those who are out there running Roku channels and trying to find content for it and be able to compete with some of the bigger stuff out there, my hat's off to you. Radio's so much easier. it's
right. I don't have to be pretty for radio.
But that too. And when it comes to everything that we're doing, it'll be a good thing as time progresses. We'll be able to do more with it, but we'll have to see how it works. Ed, much love, man. Be good. Hopefully we'll be able to
have a good night.
Be able to take care of you later.
All right. Well, we'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow night.
I hope so. It's dirt. P2 tonight. Sir. Get to top 3 tomorrow. I could see it.
Well, we'll see. Got a lot of, like I said, we got a lot of fast cars that I've been practicing with throughout the week. And, it's going to be interesting. I think whoever wins it's going to be the one that's able to just stay out of trouble. It's not going to be the fastest truck. Whoever can stay out of trouble.
Oh, no doubt. I think, and Eldora is a small enough track that lap traffic is going to be a big problem. especially with what I've heard. So what I've heard what's going to happen. I do have to make sure I get the specifics on it so I can update some stuff on my end. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining. And yeah, you talked about marathon. Could be. We could have a lot of cautions.
I think in the beginning we'll have a lot of cautions until some of the more inexperienced drivers that aren't really all that good at dirt are no longer part of the show. And then once they fade away, then I think it'll be pretty good racing.
It's gonna be good regardless. We're on dirt tomorrow. Ed, much love, man. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night.
That's the 33 comes home P2. Kicking butt, taking names. Much love, everybody. Lonzo King knocks it out of the park. Thank you to Chop Shop Racing for being a part of my streams and a part of my platforms. The 80 is a tough cookie to beat. First couple of weeks he was doing what he could and I tell you what, from last week to this week, getting back-to-back weeks, he can go for a 3-peat next week. And Alonso doing a great job. He's out of Curtisville, West Virginia. Speaking of West Virginia, I didn't talk about Spicy today, but he is the man, the myth, the legend. All of my cautions are brought to you by him, and I didn't talk about him earlier because all my notes and everything that I'm monitoring, I'm having to get into a new routine. So because of that routine, I'm having to figure that stuff out. However, all good. And I love what we're doing. This is all good stuff. And you're gonna keep hearing all the stream stuff that we're doing and all the things that we're trying to make sure that we're trying to improve and try to offer more things. We're working on morning shows. We're working on gaming content to be able to have folks listen to gaming music, things that are more geared towards those kinds of things. We've got fantasy football coming up. Those are things that we're looking at as well when it comes to what these fine folks are trying to do. When it comes to the radio, I'm very proud of being able to do that stuff. But of course we have to grow, we have to build, we have to become a staple. Not only have we've become a staple in the esports community, but we're trying to become a bigger, broader. And I mean, I want folks to really, really be able to listen to what we do. And eventually we'll go to video casting as well for our radio. But I just want to make sure that folks know that we are just doing what we can to give the most exposure to these drivers and to these gamers and to you as gamers and content creators out there as well. We want you to have the best, to have the most variety, and to have a safe spot and safe place. So it's exactly what we want. So it's always going to be good, folks. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. Thank you to the Chop Shop series. And again, thank you to all their sponsors. They have some great sponsors. And thank you to C2 Gaming for always sharing my stuff and being out there and doing what we do, because that's what he does. That if you think about C2 Gaming is trying to be his own brand and doing exactly that. He will absolutely go far. He's thinking about community and his community as well. So please go give that Facebook page a like. There's links in the description for all that. And of course, chopshopiRacing.com. We're going to start putting the radio link in our race descriptions on Facebook and YouTube. The website should be up sometime, hopefully in the next 24 hours, as far as getting things transferred over. So lots of changes, but I had to converge and rebrand and rebuild into one. So if you see Signature Esports Facebook page, or if you see any of that stuff, start advertising for Signature Media and stuff like that. It's because that's us. That's me. That's the whole thing. It's every kit and caboodle that we have together. Signature Photography, Signature Printing, Signature Media is our main company, and Signature Esports is a part of it. I am a signature. My philosophy is to make a mark on the world, you need a signature, right? That's what you need. That's who you are. So make your own mark on the world. Folks, be good, be safe. We'll see you in the next one. Tomorrow, Eldora in the Chop Shop Racing Truck Series. Going to be a ton of fun. Promo out for Signature Radio.
Music, content creation, and gaming news. You're listening to Signature Radio.